Okay, so this is unboxing. Let's get into it. I just cut it open right now. Let's see what we have here. Okay, we got the instructions. Okay, we got the diesel heater right here. 2000, 12 volt, looking good. Okay. Cool little exhaust. Okay, so here's everything that came in the box, minus the keys, the phone, and this 10 gauge wire. I'll be running this all the way to the back. That's where my electrical system's set up. Running it all back here and tying into my DC panel. Before we do that, we are going to disconnect the negative wire just to make sure, because I will have to unplug my passenger seat. So you see that right there? I'm going to go ahead and disconnect so we don't have any errors. No errors. So now that we got it disconnected, we are going to remove the seat and get some exposure, see what we're working with inside. Let's go. Okay, one thing I got to point out is you got to appreciate how they put loom on everything. They give you enough to cover everything that's going to be exposed to the elements. I found a 7/16 socket that's going to fit right here where we can remove the 4 bolts. So now that I got the seat out, I'm going to go ahead, remove this, vacuum this area, and hop underneath the van and take a look at where I can install this guy. Okay, it looks like we got all kinds of room in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hop under the van and take a look. There's my template there. Figure out where I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna put it like that, like that. Let's see. I just want to make sure all of this underneath the van is clear, where we have room to do what we need to do. I'm just popping these off. See if I can see anything. Oh, there we go. Okay, I can see the ground. Good sign. Let's get back under there and see where that's at. So I have this much room, not a full shaka, like a three-quarter shaka. That's how we measure it today. If I could take this section here, that would be great. So what I did is made me a little template. I just measured what I needed. Some people just get a big drill that whole thing out, but I don't want to take a chance hitting any side of the wall. I know I got room off this template. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cardboard template, place it on top right here, trace it out, and then make my cut. Okay, I filed it. Also, this is all I have. Doesn't matter what color because you're not going to be able to see it. Let's give it a good shake and then get it on. Okay, while that dries, we're going to go ahead and put this together. The instructions are pretty good, verifying what plugs into what. So if you had any questions, make sure you refer back to the manual. It's very critical that you make sure that the exhaust and the inlet is plumbed to the right locations. If not, something's gonna melt. Got the fuel line in, the intake, the exhaust. Got the wiring right through here. Feed this through. So I actually tried to put the loom over the rubber and it won't, which is fine. So I'm just using some electrical tape just to keep it from sliding off. I'll go ahead and run the wire all the way to my 12 volt distribution in the back. I'm gonna be running this 10 gauge through this panel, and I think I left me 3 more spots, 1, 2, 3. So what I'll do is I'm actually gonna insert it through the back here, and then once I got this open, I'll pull it from the inside. I just want to make it easy getting it to the front. Right through there. So it's coming up here from the kitchen area, and I will run it all the way to the front. Using a little extra loom to cover the wires for the airbag sensors, and also drilling out for the vent. Okay, so if you have a Sprinter, you're gonna find a spare fuel line, and I found it. It's right here, just sitting pretty. So what I'm gonna do is figure out how I'm gonna connect this, because this is a pretty big. I really don't want to cut this because I don't know. Yeah, I don't want to cut that. I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do to insert this. I went to AutoZone because this will not fit. So what I needed to do is I bought a bigger one, which is a 1/4 inch right here. And that's going to tap into the fuel line. What I'm going to do now is wire up positive and negative to here, and I just hung this on here. It's just a fuse. I'll go ahead and connect this to this. This goes right to the diesel heater, and then this other plug will get plugged and connected to the fuel pump. This is the line for the fuel pump. I will go ahead, connect here. There you go. Make sure you hear a click. I'm going to connect the pump to the fuel line to here. Make sure you hear a click there. It's very important that you cut the hot air tube to size, or else it'll cause the heater to overheat, damage the motor fan, and cause carbon buildup. I went ahead and came back and made it a lot shorter than what it looks like here. Get that seat back on, we're good. Okay, so I popped off the distribution panel, and before I get into it, I'm going to power this off, but I'm going to go ahead and hook up the 10 gauge to the positive and then the negative on this side. Okay, I have the 10 gauge wired in to the distribution panel, and we're going to go ahead and put it back. Hey Papa,
Huh?
I'm putting the light back on, okay?
Okay.
Let me know if the light turns on. Going hot.
It turned back on.
Huh?
It turned back on.
Awesome, dude. What I did here, I still haven't had time to make stickers on the back to label it, so I got it on here. So like I said, I won't put the fuses till I'm ready. At least it's wired in. So let me tell you what's going on. I checked the fuel line, the spare fuel line on the tank, and it's bigger than this. So this is what the HLN Diesel Heater comes with. You put your fuel line through here and then stick the other end to the bar of the pump. And I went to AutoZone and I picked up 1/4 inch, which fits just fine. So now how am I going to get the 1/4 inch in this to work, right? So I waited 2 days on Amazon and came up with this solution. Looks like it's gonna work. It is brass fitting, 1/4 to 1/8 barb reducer. And this right here is what's gonna connect or reduce the hose. So this part's gonna go into the barb. I'm gonna cut this. This is going to go into the barb of a fuel line from the gas tank. And then I'm going to insert this barb, put the clamps on. And then this barb right here is going to go into what the HLN gave for their fuel line, right inside here. Cut this, and then the fuel line goes right in here. Pretty genius, if you ask me. So this is what you'll need if you're installing the HLN Diesel Heater in a Sprinter van. Right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and kind of like prefab this right now, get this set up so when I'm down there I'm not doing it underneath the van. Okay, here it is. 1/4 into 1/8 barb. Now I can pull it apart, nothing's gonna happen. It's good to go. About to go underneath the chassis, install the fuel line from the Sprinter and the fuel line from the diesel heater, and we'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, here's something I want to point out. In the instructions here, they want it between 15 and 35 degree angle. Be mindful of the flow arrow, which is right here. So it wants to be mounted something like that once you're down there. Okay, so here it is. Let me see if I can get you guys. Okay, here's the fuel line from the Sprinter. Comes into here with that barb I just made, reduced it into the fuel line, which connects to the inlet part of the pump. This is the outlet pump. I'm going to tuck this away in here because it wants to go in there, and I'm going to pretty much just mount it like this, and I'll show you guys after I do that. So I'm about to hook up the plug to the pump, and I went to go look up if these need to, doesn't matter which one it is, and it does not matter because it's an electromagnetic pump. Doesn't matter, just go ahead and put it in and connect it. I got the wires pushed in, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to mount this. I took this off just so I could plug it in. I probably didn't need to, And I'm going to go ahead and plug it into here, mount it back up, and head into the inside. Make sure you hear that click. Okay, I'm just gonna do some cable management and get this thing zip tied. Make sure you got that 15 to 35 degree angle also. There you go. There's the fuel pump. It's installed. Got it plugged in. Got it reduced back there. It's pretty much stout. I like how I mounted it behind this little wall, so it seems kind of protected. So let's go ahead and drop that fuse in and take a look at the control panel. See if we can get this thing fired up. All right, getting ready to land it. Ooh. Godspeed. Let's see what we got. Okay, so it looks like I'm in manual mode right now, and it says manual mode start. The heater defaults to manual mode when powered on. In manual mode, press and hold this symbol right here to start the heater. The heating symbol will appear on the on screen with the on displayed above it, indicating that the heater is starting. Once the heater has started and entered the heating state, after 5 seconds, the on will disappear, indicating the heater is in the heating state. Okay, I can hear it ticking right now, so I think it's trying to pump. You hear that? I think it's priming. It's a lot of fuel line getting there. I just wanted to show my side step here. Now, because I have the side step, I get to mount the exhaust right here. I just need to get some metal zip ties because I know those plastic ones won't hold. But if I did not have these side rails, it came with hooks, and you could basically just hug this area here on the inside, drill right into here. But because I have these side rails, I'm good. You can get this clamp with exhaust, mount it to the rail. But because I have these side steps, I don't need to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and keep it right here. It's mounted right there. I just need to grab a couple metal zip ties and it's going to stay there. Intake, the intake I put back here. Also, because I have shiplap, I ran the temperature probe just right here. It's hidden, but there's a menu, and you just hold this and it'll start heating up right there. Came with really good instructions on how to program everything, how you get everything going. Also Bluetooth. But yep, it's on right now. There you go. If you can hear it, it's running. And it's nice and toasty. And that is a wrap for the HLN 2K diesel heater install. Thank you guys for watching. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, just go ahead and put it on the comment section. We're going to be taking the rig to Alaska, and stay tuned. Appreciate you guys. Like I said, any questions, comments, concerns, go ahead, Hulk smash that like button and give us a follow. Peace. Good morning from British Columbia. We're on our way back from Alaska. Just feeding the dogs right now. And just wanted to give a real-time review of first time using the HLN diesel heater since I installed it, and it fired up like a champ every time. Kept us toasty, actually a little too toasty some nights. It's working right now. Elevation was no problem. It worked no matter where we were, and the smartphone features work just as well. So very happy with it. Thank you guys for watching. Have a good one.